Welcome back, everyone, to the ECL Pro Division. I am its King Lime. He is Brandon B. Major Bigsby, and we are back for a couple of great games between NoRex Gaming and Ghetto Firebirds here, Brandon. And this one should be lights out.
Oh yeah, when you have two teams that are kind of battling for respective positioning in the standings, you're going to get some of their best, not necessarily the same as a playoff feel, but not too far from it because as the season gets later and later, we're in week 5 now, these points start to mean a little bit more as they begin to accumulate, especially when you are like NoRex, who is at 11, kind of in that middle of the pack, and Ghetto Firebirds, who is at 2, looking to maybe claim that top spot. So a lot for these two teams to play for, and they're going to have a tough matchup against one another. Going to be interesting to see who prevails in this game to kind of get those points.
Yeah, so let's hop over and take a look at the Group 2 standings where NoRex and Ghetto Firebirds reside. And there you see Ghetto Firebirds in second place there, Brandon, with NoRex sitting in 11th.
Yeah, and for Ghetto Firebirds, this is a big series for them because, as you can see, they're only 4 points behind Reality Check for that first spot, and the games they have in hand, 2. We will see both of those tonight, so a chance to tie or potentially take the lead over Reality Check in the standings. And then you look on the right side of your board, NoRex only 3 points behind Hawaii Hockey, and they only have 20 games played. That's the least amount out of any team here on your screen. So NoRex, a lot of games still to play, and a chance for them not just to go up in the standings, but to maybe even get as high as around 7th or 8th to see themselves on the left side of the sport with Ghetto Firebirds.
Yeah, lots of games in hand, so they could easily be on the left side of the board, but they're going to have a tough opponent playing a couple of games here against the Ghetto Firebirds. They have only lost 4 in regulation here, Brandon, so that should be interesting to see, and that goal differential is pretty monstrous as well. But let's have a look at the lineups that each team is going to be putting out today. And on the left-hand side, we have the Ghetto Firebirds, as we have Sentu, Yurtsik, Urax, Kepako, Yaha, and Esti. And then why don't you walk us through NoRex Gaming?
Yeah, for NoRex, you have Tiltson at the left wing with Candy Kills at center. Gotta love the right wing there as well in Kushimish at the right wing. Those guys are really going to try to put the goals in on a great defensive side on the other side with Ghetto Firebirds. And at the defense, Chris at left D and Patty at right D. Fight Luck at the net. So it's going to be interesting to watch these two. Ghetto Firebirds, obviously a star-studded lineup from top to bottom that has really played well on both ends of the ice, and NoRex, who maybe doesn't have the games played, but has been okay in their own respect. But man, oh man, do they have a challenge with this team on the other side of them.
Perfect. So let's have a look at the head-to-heads here, as we always do, Brandon, as we're going to dive into the head-to-head for the centers. We have Candy Kills going against Sentu, and this is actually going to be Candy Kills' first game played here. So, but look at the stats over by Sentu.
Oh yeah, 47 points in 26 games played, just shy of that 2-point per game mark. But man, Santu has been that playmaker for this team with 29 total assists. The center's kind of expected to be the facilitator offensively for their 3 forwards. He has led that charge, leads the team in assists with that 29 total. So he's going to have the puck on his stick, have it often, and set up his wingers in Yurtsik and Yurdax at the wings to get them some scoring opportunities.
All right, so 53.1% in the face-off circle again, and we will see what Candy Kills does as well. Let's hop over and take a look at the winger matchup head-to-head that we have here, as there it is, Brandon, and 87 shots over for Yurtsik.
Oh yeah, he's going to put the puck on net and put it often, and not only does he have 87 shots, look at the goals, 30 goals on 87 shots. So not only is he just putting the puck on that, but he is scoring when he gets those opportunities as well. And that is so dangerous to have to play against, not just as a goalie, but as a defenseman on that side. They are going to have their hands full, NoRex is, keeping him contained and not giving him the space to put the puck on that, because when he does, there is a high percentage chance that it can go in the net.
Yeah, definitely. As you see it there with 30 goals on 87 shots. And as you look over at the other side, as we have Koishimish and Tilton, who have been pretty good as well on the offensive side of things here, Brennan.
Yeah, Koishimi and Tilton, they're pretty even in terms of their stats. Not really a lot separating them. 33 points for Tilton, Koishimi with 38. And the thing that's interesting about both of them is that they have been able to score and score consistently together on that wing side. It's going to be interesting to see Candy Kills with them as they have a different center that has not yet played so far this season. Obviously, they've played together a little bit outside of the ECL Pro season, but in terms of having to play in season, let alone against a team like GHETTO FIREBIRDS that has been great defensively, only 38 goals allowed for them, going to be a different challenge for them to have a different center with those two wingers. It's going to be interesting to see how they mesh and how long it takes them to get going.
All right, we'll pop over to the D-man. As much as I don't want to leave because Koishimish's gorgeous, strong beard he had going there, as I respect it, my friend. That looked gorgeous. And how about the defense here? 95 hits there for Kabako.
Yeah, and don't forget the 109 hits for Yaha. These guys can lay the body and they are not afraid to get physical when they need to. And that's such a key because you don't really see guys go for those hits often, but it can kind of rattle a forward, rattle a puck carrier to not give them that time and space, especially when it is key playing the forwards that GHETTO FIREBIRDS have. We said that Yurtzik was willing to put the puck on, and when he puts it on, he will do so at will. Well, that could be a big stat for them, those hits and how physical they get with him to not allow him to get those clear-cut chances. Watch out for that throughout these two games.
Yeah, and then you have on the other side Patty and my good friend Chris, who actually is going to let me call him Chris, so I can't thank him enough, as 15 shots blocked, 13 shots blocked respectively on that back end. Not as aggressive and not the hits.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the difference in play style. Some defensemen like to maybe pinch up a little bit and force the issue to get that turnover. Others kind of wait for the forward to come to them and then will use their stick, whether it be a stick lift or a nicely placed poke check to draw that same turnover. So really, same quality of defensemen, just different styles and different ways of doing it. It's always fun to watch how those two can contrast one another when they play. One team being a little bit more physical, one team being a little bit more tactical with their stick usage. So you're going to see that a bit in this game from the two back ends. Gonna watch out for that to see how that meshes and how well that comes to effect against the opposing sides.
All right, so we'll pop over to the goaltenders here, as this is gonna be very interesting, as I am absolutely stunned at the shutouts here. I can't believe that for your SD.
Yeah, that is almost a third of his games being a shutout. So nearly one of every 3 games for Uretzi is a shutout. And if you're at NoRex looking at that stat, you kind of have to kind of look at a second and like, oh man, this is going to be tough. And not only that, but an 86 save percentage in 26 games played. Tegan, that is absolutely absurd. You do not see numbers like that very often. Uretzi has arguably been the best goalie out of anyone in this ECL Pro season so far, but do not slight the man on his other side in Fight Lock.
Right.
10 games played, maybe not a lot, but an 81 save percentage, under 2 goals a game allowed, and 3 shutouts of his own to call, and only 1 regulation loss. So these two goalies, they are going to be key and big, and they're going to have to step up for their respective teams against tough competition.
It's funny because usually Fight Lock, we would expect 81 save percentage, a 1.8 goals against average. Those are phenomenal numbers. Fight Lock is 7-1-2, Brandon. But when you have a guy on the other side with 86 and 146, like both of these save percentages and goals against average are literally unheard of.
Yeah, it is nuts, especially when you consider the amount of games played for these two goalies. Obviously, Uretzi having more games played by a decent amount, which making it even more impressive with his numbers, but you can't slight that 81 save percentage in the 10 games played for Fight Lock, because the thing is that when you have a goalie that has shown the ability consistently to be able to show up and play well, it means so much for a team, and know they have that behind them. When something breaks down a little bit, they have that goalie to make that big save, bail them out a little bit, and keep that thing where it is. So maybe a little bit skewed in terms of the games played, but both these goalies can absolutely carry a team to a win, and both of them are always locked, loaded, ready to go, and in focus in their respective pipes.
Well, they're not the only ones locked, loaded, and ready to go. I know Ghetto Firebirds are. I know NoRex Gaming is. I know I am. I know you are, my friend. The ECL Pro's about to get a little more fired up. Brought to you by Kovan Locker, D. Wilhelm, ST Hockey. We are here at Sports Gamer GG, and this is the best EU esports around, Brandon. And here we are getting ready to call two back-to-back games. This is going to be a lights out one, as I expect to see a lot of goals from Ghetto Firebirds.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of defensiveness in our first series. I don't think we'll be seeing that same kind of style here in our next series. Ghetto Firebirds, they can put the puck in the net and do it at will. 81 goals for in this season so far. They average a little bit over 3 goals a game as well. And not only are they able to do that, but they don't allow many goals on their own end either. The least amount out of anyone in Group 2 with 38. So they are a team that is a really high quality side, and it's going to be a tough challenge for NoRex, who's allowed 51 goals and has only scored 54, to kind of keep up with that pace. So in terms of the comparison between these two, gotta assume Ghetto Firebirds are the favorite. But hey, Tegan, we were saying the same thing about Boomers earlier. They played well above what the stats read out. So you never know what you get in these games. NoRex, a good team. They can show up at any moment. Do not take them lightly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They can show up at any time. You're bang on with that one, my friend. And, you know, you're exactly right. NoRex Gaming can come out here and throw a huge surprise, just like the Boomers did, coming out and splitting their games. But, you know, you have to take into hand that this Ghetto Firebirds team has got the most goals, least against, and a goaltender with 8 shutouts. Those are, like, usually it's a team with great goaltending and sometimes puts the puck in the net, or always puts the puck in the net and struggles in goaltending, but not the Ghetto Firebirds. They are full flying on both sides.
Yeah, not only that, but they'll get physical with you too. 356 hits.
Yeah.
So it's a team that can really do a little bit of everything and throw a few different looks at you. And those teams are just so dangerous to play. It's never a fun time as the opposition to go against a team that you don't really know what to expect, because they have that play style where they're so good at so many different things. So if the game needs to kind of switch up the way it's played, they have the talent and the skill in order to do that. Ghetto Firebirds, they can do that little bit of everything. You need them to get into a high scoring game, they can do that. 81 goals for. You need them to play defensive, 38 goals against. They've proven to do that as well. And like we said, they can even get physical and throw that body around a little bit if they need to. So it's going to be a tough challenge for NoRex, but they've played some good teams. They've won some high quality games, and they're a team that has a lot to play for with those games in hand and looking to move their way up the ladder in the standings. So it's going to be fun to watch these two match up to see how they differ. A tough challenge for both of these sides, nevertheless.
And while we wait for our respective teams to get their skate sharpened, sticks taped, and buckets on, why don't we pop over and take a look at our latest results around the Pro League, Brandon? Anything you see that you like here?
Well, obviously, we called the game up at the top. The two games, 2-3 and 3-2, respectively, for both Boomers and Hockerded. But interestingly enough, how about Reality Check continuing their way as the #1 seed in Group 2? 2 wins versus Hawaii Hockey. So, unfortunately for Ghetto Firebirds, not looking great for them to be able to come in and take the lead, especially considering they dropped their first game of the night to Vaxjo Lakers. So, they're kind of trying to regroup a little bit after having to split their series. It'll be fun to watch how they look here against this team in NoRex.
Right, so what a good matchup. A couple overtime games there, Brandon, as we see a lot of the OT on the screen there. Teams going up, teams going down the standings, but it sounds like that we have got ourselves ready to go here, Brandon. The players have made their ways down to the dressing room here, and it's going to be a NoRex versus Ghetto Firebirds matchup that is right around the corner.
Yeah, and we'll see how Ghetto Firebirds look. We've seen that they can be upset. Lakers able to win 5-1 in that first game before dropping the second. So it's going to be interesting to look how NoRex and Firebirds look, as it looks like we might have a little bit longer to talk about these two teams.
Alrighty. Yeah, so pretty impressive there to see 5 overtime periods there, Brandon, in the recent games played. Obviously, this ECL Pro division is very tight here while we wait for the gentlemen to get back into their lobbies.
Yeah, and I think that just kind of goes to show you how much parity that there is this season, especially in the ECL Pro. I mean, you can see it on the standings. A lot of teams kind of just jammed between another, especially in the middle of the standings. And even a few teams at the top, you saw Reality Check and Ghetto Firebirds were only a few points between one another. So it just goes to show how good these teams in the ECL Pro are. And even if you are a top team playing a team that may not be in that top 8, you're still going to get a really competitive matchup because all of these teams are in this ECL Pro division for a reason. They can play at a high quality level, they can play with some of the best, and they have proven that with just how much parity there is from top to bottom in the standings and how close a lot of these teams really are within one another.
Yeah, and especially with teams having not a lot of games played like we saw, those 20 games played with only 6 points of discrepancy. Like, if you have 6 games in hand, that's 12 points, Brandon. You could jump
Yeah.
very easily to the left side of the board in a second.
Yeah, and that's a difference from a team maybe being in 11th to being in the top 5. That's a lot of points, and I think that example you used was perfect for a team like NoRex. Only 20 games played so far this season. That is the lowest amount out of any team in Group 2, so they might be a little bit lower in the standings at 11th, but they've won games. They're 10-8-2, so they're at about that 500 mark, and they have a lot of games in hand, so being at 11th, they get on a little hot streak, beat a few teams ahead of them, that could be going up as far as 7 or 6s. That's about, like you said, about 12 points that they have in hand if they were to win out in all those games. So a lot of time and a lot of games for opportunity, but you have to take advantage of those opportunities when they are there.
As Brandon, like we said, it's just it can go either way at any time, especially over here in such a tight division. Is uh, For this game for Ghetto Firebirds for NoRex, what does NoRex have to do to kind of keep themselves against Ghetto Firebirds? They score heavy. They have a goaltender behind them. I know that NoRex has a goaltender that is 7-1-2. You said the record there in NoRex, it was nowhere near that. They play pretty good with this goaltender in. What do you expect to see?
I think the key for NoRex is just controlling what you can control. And I know that might kind of sound like hockey coach cliche, so to
Right.
speak, but it really does mean a lot because you kind of look at what Ghetto Firebirds does, and there isn't really a lot that you can control with the way they play, that with how physical they are laying the body, with their goalie in Uretzi that has been arguably the best goalie in ECL Pro so far. You can't control those things, but the things you can control, limiting the opportunities that Firebirds will be able to get, not allowing them to put those shots on, get those clear-cut opportunities, and even more importantly, not making mistakes that gives them clear-cut chances. We
Yeah.
see every game, Tegan, how mistakes can make or break a team between winning and losing. You capitalize on your opponent's mistake, you maybe get another goal or two that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, but if you make those mistakes on that same spec, you can allow some of those goals that you maybe would have avoided. So you gotta just control the things that are in front of you, control what you can control, and just control those things to a high level. If NoRex is able to do that, we may see what could maybe be considered an upset like what we saw in game 1 between Boomers and Hooker.
Yeah, so Brandon, I got to ask, considering both goaltenders are phenomenal as they are in this game, is it going to be a goaltender's battle, or are we going to see a side from Ghetto Firebirds we know so well?
I think it's kind of hard to say that before the game starts because every game has a different feel. Some games are a little bit slow and methodical where you're just kind of trying to strategize your way towards opportunities. And it's just a matter of those quick passes and opening up that space and getting that time. But then there's other games where things can be at a faster pace and you get breakaways and odd man rushes. So it just kind of depends on how the game plays out. But the thing that is great about having two stellar goalies is that even on some of those clear-cut chances where things are high danger and coming quick, they can make those big saves that other goalies may not make. So I think the question is, will these goalies steal the show in this game, or will these teams be able to capitalize on those chances? I think that both Uretsky and Fightlaka are able to do that. So I think we'll see some low-scoring games just because how good these goalies are. But with some of the goal-scoring talent, you maybe give it a little bit of time and wait to see how the game develops. You could see as time starts to move on, goals and opportunities open up more and more the deeper we get into these two games.
Yeah, as we do get deeper into these two games, we did see the Boomers come and steal a game away in from Hookerit, and it ended up being 1-1 here. NoRex is going to try and steal two, and if they do steal two, Brandon, that would be huge for them considering where they are.
Yeah, they are, as we mentioned, in a very similar situation to Boomers in that first series. They are both 11th as of now in Group 1 and in Group 2, respectively, and both of them in a tight race to move up in the standings. We saw that Boomers was able to collect 3 out of the 4 possible points. NoRex hoping they can do that. A tough team to do it against in GHETTO Firebirds, but nevertheless, they have a lot of talent of their own, a lot to play for. Those are teams that are really dangerous, especially when they're maybe a little underestimated, like NoRex might be coming into this one. So we'll see how they look against a good team with a lot to play for here in these 2 games that are coming up.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're enjoying myself and Brandon calling some ECL Pro, I've got a couple of good buddies that do some other stuff coming up here. They do the ECL Elite. That's right. My good friends Tugi and Sin will be doing regular week season 4 HV71 versus H-Reds in Frolunda, going against my favorite, your Garden Hockey.
Yeah, and some key names there that everyone, not just here in the North America and Europe, but anyone following the esports scene knows some of these names. Frolunda and H-Reds, 2 of the top teams for so long. Maybe a potential finals matchup there that we're seeing, but you cannot underestimate their opponents, HV71 and your Garden, playing against 2 top teams. All of these squads, some of the better in the EU side. And man, oh man, you know you're going to get a good one when they face off against one another. We are lucky enough to have 2 of those great matchups with 4 of those elite high-end teams facing again. Man, Tugi and Sin on the call as well, an even better added bonus right there. So gonna be fun to see those 2 matchups. Watch them. I know I'm gonna be watching. Hopefully some of you guys will be as well. That's gonna be a lot of fun to see.
That's going to be Wednesday at 1945 Central European Time. That's right. I was able to gather that finally there. So that is going to be good stuff. You'll be able to catch us here on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You'll be able to join Tugi and Sin for the ECL Elite. And you said it right. There's some elite teams that are going to be playing tomorrow. But we've got a couple elite teams tonight in NoRex Gaming going against GHETTO Firebirds. And it sounds like they're getting themselves together and down to the ice here. So, Brandon, any final thoughts about who to watch out for on either sides? We obviously know the goalies, but anything else?
Oh yeah, and I think that since we know the goalies, the goal scorers are going to have to show up huge. And I'm looking at the 2 left wingers, the goal scoring leaders for their respective sides. Tilston for NoRex and Yurtzik for GHETTO Firebirds. They're going to have to show up and show up big against what is a big challenge in net for both of them. We'll see if they continue their goal scoring quality against a tough netminder on the other side.
All right, so ECL Pro Division. GHETTO Firebirds going against NoRex Gaming. We have NoRex Gaming going up in blue. GHETTO Firebirds coming down as there's a shot on by Tilton for NoRex. And we see our first test of Viresti, who expects to be very good.
Oh yeah, we talked about it at the pregame. He's 24-2, an 86 save percentage, and under a goal and a half per game, and not to mention 8 shots to boot. There's going to be a tough matchup here for NoRex against him, and that Uretsky gets things started well with a big save early.
Puck is going to be brought here by the Firebirds. They're going to reset, but a good job there by Koisamish. Koisamish holds it on the right-hand side, tried to pass that one out front, maybe sneak one in. And puck is going to be picked up by Yurtzik. Yurtzik trying to get that one past Patty. He can't, and Patty's going to carry that one out to Koisamish. Koisamish now. He's got that gorgeous beard, and he brings the puck back to Patty. Patty fires, and a great save by Uresti, and I expect to see a lot of those.
Yeah, you'll be calling that call a lot, so get used to it, Tegan. Uretsky just getting started, but he's been tested a lot early. He's been up to the task and has understood the assignment through the first 7 minutes.
Sentu, he gives that one away to my man Chris, and Chris sends that one up the middle. That's going to be poked off. Koishamish tries to bring it back through, but Sento intercepts that. Good job by Candy Kills to get that puck back to Patty for NoRex Gaming. Picked up now by Chris. Chris trying to throw that one ahead. He gives it away, unfortunately, and it's going to be turned out there by my favorite name in the game, Yaha Yaha. As Yaha Yaha is going to race Tilton back to that puck. And It is Yaha who gets there first. He goes over to Urax. Back to Yaha, up to Urax. Puck is going to be brought into the zone here. NoRex fighting for it in the left-hand side. Good poke check there by Chris. He tried to send it over to his partner, Patty. It finally gets up Tilton now. Tilton poked off of the puck. And Kapako moves it out. Over there to Yaha. And back to Kapako. Tries to hit the center Santu. But it's going to be NoRex Gaming who works the puck out. That puck's given away to Yaha. Yaha as he carries the puck up through the middle. Trying to bring it over. But this is a good trap here by NoRex Gaming, Brandon.
Yeah, NoRex, they've been really solid here the first 14 minutes or so. They got some early chances on Uretzi, and not only that, but they're keeping Ghetto Firebirds from really getting any chances, and you're seeing a result of that trap there, getting Ghetto Firebirds to go off sides. We said a key to this game would be control what you can control. NoRex, they have answered that so far and have done well, not allowing the time and the space for Ghetto Firebirds to really get any clear-cut opportunities in this first period.
Yurtsik tries to bring it over the line for Ghetto Firebirds, but I think NoRex Gaming's doing a pretty good job here in this first period, as it is still 0-0. They're known to be the goal-scoring team here, as the face-off is going to be in the neutral zone, and it's 1. Koi Shamish goes over to Chris, and Chris dumps that in. I think Koi Shamish was a step offside. NoRex Gaming needs to tag up. Puck through the middle. Santu moves that one back. Yurtsik back to Santu. Santu trying to get around Patty and can't. And Kapako gives that puck up. Here comes Koi Shamish. Back to the point to Chris. He fires one on. Koi Shamish still holding on the left-hand side. Fires, and that one's blocked, and we're going to see our first penalty of the game.
Yeah, and a power play opportunity for NoRex. The only thing with these two teams that has not necessarily been amazing has been the power play. NoRex is 24.43% on the power play so far, but Ghetto Firebirds a great PK on the other end at 82%. So we're going to see how that matches up against one another. Can NoRex score and get this first goal of the game? Let's see.
It gives him a good chance. It's Yaha. Sends that one ahead to Yurtsik, but Yurtsik's a step offside. A shot after the whistle and a hit after the whistle there, Brandon.
Yeah, a little chippy, to say the least there, on the shot on the goalie after the whistle. And not going to say that they took offense to it, but definitely a little response, to say the least, there at the end of the play.
You wouldn't be shooting any pucks at my F5 Penguin, I'll tell you that much. As Candy Kills retrieves that one, sends it around the boards. Yaha. He just claps that one all the way down. That's a good kill here for Ghetto Firebirds. They got a minute left to kill this off. And it's going to actually go to a 5-on-3, as that's a great draw by NoRex Gaming and Chris.
This is a big chance, I think, here for NoRex Gaming. We said that they have to take advantage of their opportunities. What better opportunities than to have a 5-on-3, and when you have some good momentum going for yourselves, I think it is imperative that they score here. You do not want to play with fire and keep this Ghetto Firebirds team in the game. Getting the first goal could do them wonders.
Face off this one back. Patty. Koi Shamish back to Patty. Over to Chris. Fired on. And another good save from Uresti.
And there's the only issue really standing in their way. Uretzi, once again, making a big save. Obviously, you can say what you want about having to capitalize, but Uretzi, he's not keen on letting them do that. Another big save from the Ghetto Firebirds netminder.
Yaha with it behind the net. That one's picked off by Koi Shamish. Koi Shamish fires, and what a save! As your ST must be spending a lot of time out at ST Hockey.
Yeah, and you might be saying, what a save by Uretzi in your sleep, with how much you'll be saying it in this broadcast. He's been spectacular and good as advertised so far through the first period. He's going to have to keep it up because NoRex playing really good hockey so far.
Oh, that one pops right out to fight Laka, and he gets caught with the animation. He has to hold it. So a face-off in the defensive zone for NoRex Gaming on a 5-on-3.
Considering it is 5-on-3, though, I think there's worse opportunities there for NoRex. There's a lot of open ice to get that breakout up and quick, but only 11 seconds. They're going to have to win the face-off.
Here's Patty on the right-hand side. Patty out front, and it went right through the legs of Tilson. Tilson gets a retrieval pass down low. He's bumped off of the puck, and Yurtsik sends it ahead to Santu. Coming across the line. Patty picks that one up, goes over to Chris. Up the left-hand side to Tilton. Good job by Koi Shamish to go after it. Koi Shamish is hit hard in the corner by Kapako. And the puck's going to be carried out the other way. Here's Candy Kills. Candy Kills looks to put that one across the front of the net. It's picked off by Jerzak. And puck moved in by Ghetto Firebirds. A little bit of a broken play there, Brandon, but it was close.
Yeah, that might be the best chance that Ghetto Firebirds has had so far in this period. Things kind of started out rather even, a little bit slow, kind of like our first periods in the first series started, but then NoRex with some chances on the power play. Uretzi having to make a few really big saves there as he did, and man, oh man, he has been just as good as those stats that we saw on the screen earlier advertised. 4 shots on net, he saved all of them, and they weren't just shots on net that you put it on and see what happens. They were high quality chances that NoRex Gaming had. Gotta be unfortunate for them to not be able to take advantage of the 5-on-3 or the 2 power plays, but nevertheless, some positives to take in if you're the home team, having that momentum against a good team and Ghetto Firebirds.
Yeah, big kills here from Ghetto Firebirds as well. They maybe only have 20 seconds time in attack and 1 shot, but that was basically a defensive period for them.
Yeah, and they're 82% on the penalty kill coming in, so they continue their success when they are shorthanded. Now you get back to 5-on-5, and it's the end of the period. You begin a new one, a chance to kind of reset things, get some momentum going for yourselves, and with how talented this Ghetto Firebirds team and their ability to score goals, they have a chance to keep this thing at bay and maybe get that first goal when it didn't look like they had any momentum in the first period due to those PKs.
Koi Shamish tried to throw that one across out front. Tilson gets it back to him. And he fires, and what a blocker saved by Uresti, as every save this guy's made has been phenomenal. Patty, right-hand side to Koishimish. Up to Candy Kills, looks back for Koishimish. It's picked off by Kabako. Tried to get it up to Santo, but it's going to be turned around by NoRex Gaming. Here they come. That one's going to be poked off. It's loose up front, and fired wide by Tilton as he had the best backhand chance of the game for NoRex Gaming. Here he is in the corner with the puck. Back to the point here for Chris. He fires that one on Koishimish, hits the post, and then Tilton puts another one on, and you're resty.
Oh man, and you have to just feel a sense, not a sense of frustration, but just a sense of what do I have to do to beat this guy. NoRex has been all over Ghetto Firebirds throughout this game, and just time and time again, Uretzi is just on top of it all. You gotta get a little bit frustrated here almost if you're NoRex, but a great job from them continuing to pile it on.
Puck over on the left-hand side. Chris moves that one ahead here to Koi Shamish. That one's turned over, and the puck's going to be brought out here by the Firebirds. Jurax over to Sentu. Puck down low. What passing there by Firebirds, but they can't connect. Good interception by Chris. He moves that puck ahead to Candy Kills over to Koi Shamish. He fires, goes off Candy Kills into the corner. Down low to Tilton. Tilton looking over to Koi Samish, but it's going to be intercepted there by the Firebirds, and Santo moves that out. And here he comes, all alone, he scores!
And we said earlier, if you keep Ghetto Firebirds in this game for too long, it is only a matter of time till they will strike and take the lead, and they do so right there. Kind of a little bit of a similar play that we saw from Karki in our first 2 games for Boomers to get the first goals of the game, and it's the center right down the middle in Santu. 18 goals on the season, make that number 19 to get Ghetto Firebirds to lead the game where it felt like they really didn't have a lot going for them offensively.
No, it has been pretty quiet, I agree, but Santo, a little bit of a broken play at the line. He gets a breakaway and he capitalizes, and that's what the Firebirds are known to do. Puck is going to be dumped down low. Santo to Yaha up the left-hand side to Kabako. Here's the Urtzi. Urtzi down to Santo. Santo back to Kabako. D shot is on! And a great save there as Yaha had a big rip from the point.
Yeah, but unfortunately there for NoRex, there's going to be a power play for Ghetto Firebirds. So a big chance for Ghetto Firebirds. Didn't have a lot going in really the first 30 minutes of this game. They get a goal to break it open, and now a chance to maybe double that 1-0 lead to make it 2-0 on the power play. They're only 15% on the power play. We'll see if they can better that mark here at a big point up 1-0.
His fight luck has been very good. You can't take away from the breakaway he was scored on, as that one's going to be dumped all the way down by NoRex Gaming, and here goes Kapako. Into the middle to Santu. Back to Kapako. Back to Santu. Santu comes in. Drops that one for Yutzik. Back to Kapako. Over to Yaha. Yaha. Into the middle to Kapako. Kapako down low. What a blocker save by Fight Laka. Here's Yaha. Looks down low. It's going to be cleared but not out. Urax Into the middle, and that one again tried to be cleared out, kept in by Kapako. Yurtzik, that dude fires wide, and what a passing play as that one goes all the way around and down. Here goes Yurtzik. He's poked off, and Patty's out of the box and going into the zone, but it's poked off by Yaha, my favorite name on Sports Gamer GG. Kapako, he claps that one all the way down and around, and Chris is going to work the puck out here for NoRex Gaming. NoRex brings it out on the breakout. Chris looks over to the right-hand side for Koishimish. Koishimish, good offensive forecheck there, but he wasn't able to get the puck back, and Yurtzik comes back and helps out. There's Yaha over to the Kapako. Kapako looks for the middle of the Yurtzik. Over to Yurats. Back to Yurtzik. And puck's going to be picked up by Chris, left-hand side. Good job there by Sentu as he draws a penalty there in the offensive zone.
Yeah, and Ghetto Firebirds maybe not able to take advantage of the first power play, but they get another one here, and you kind of get the feeling that things are starting to shift towards them. They didn't have a lot going for them the first 28 to 30 minutes, and Uretzi had to come up with a lot of big saves to keep this game at 0-0. Now all of a sudden, Ghetto Firebirds get the first goal. They get that power play. Now they get a second one, a chance for them to double their lead. We'll see if they can capitalize.
There's Yurtzik, tries to play one through the middle. Can't connect, and Koishimish is just going to dump that one all the way down, and that's a good job as they kill off 30 seconds on the power play. Here comes Yurtzik through the middle, looking for a pass across. That one is going to be a step offside.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how NoRex will respond here. That momentum kind of swayed away from them now. You get off this PK, and you got to try to do what you were doing in the first 28 minutes. They did a great job attacking and really getting opportunities for themselves. You got to just hope that one breaks open at one point or another, but the biggest thing to kill off this PK in front of you right now.
Puck is going to be dumped in down low. Chris moves that one ahead. Koishimish just sends it down, and this has been a very, very good kill here for NoRex Gaming. As here comes the Firebirds. Yaha goes to Sentu. He gives it away to Candy Kills. Candy Kills just shoots that one off Koishimish, and he sends it into the corner. And that does it for the power play. So we're back to 5-on-5, 6v6 hockey. As a couple of good friends of mine say, one I haven't met yet, one I have. As that one's going to be passed out front, and what a save there by Fight Laka! As Brandon saves a plenty at both ends as Urax coming in on the left-hand side, poked off. Tiltson now for NoRex. Not much time left. They look to get it up the right-hand side. Koishimish into the middle to Candy Kills. Candy Kills, very, very little time. Throws it back, and Tilton fires wide. And that'll take us into the third period.
And man, Tegan, it has been the goalie show, hasn't it? We spent a lot of time in our pregame talking about how these two goalies would play a big part in the way that this game has gone. And that has been as advertised. Uretzi coming up huge throughout the first period and throughout the first 5 to 10 minutes of the second. Huge saves, could easily have been 2 or 3 goals for NoRex in this game, and he not made some of the saves that he made. And now, the last 10 minutes of the second period, Fight Laka comes up with multiple big saves. Unfortunately, the breakaway went in on him, but as a goalie, not really a lot you can do a lot of times by these breakaways. Kind of just an added bonus for your team if you can make that save. But these goalies have been absolutely stellar. You can see why they have the stat lines they have and why they have been as good as they have been all season long.
Exactly right. And you know what? NoRex Gaming is in a pretty good position here, Brandon. I'd like to think going into the third period, I mean, such a high-scoring team.
Yeah, 81 goals for, as we mentioned, for Ghetto Firebirds, and 51 goals against for NoRex Gaming. So they have that defensive ability, but it's a lot different when you're playing such a high-scoring and potent offensive team that really can just put shots on and make you pay for your mistakes in Ghetto Firebirds. They're a really dangerous team on offense, and they have a hard time sometimes being able to really continue that through in a game. A lot of teams do, teams against them, that is. So we'll see if they can keep this through in the third, but you gotta like where NoRex is to start this period out, only down 1-0.
That one's going to be shot on into the right-hand corner. Koishimish over to Tilton. They score!
And that is what they needed. We said, can they break one through finally on Uretse? Well, they did it right there, and not many times better to do it than down 1-0 and starting the third period outright. Just being in front of the net, perfectly positioned. That's where the goals are. That's where you got to be to get them a lot of times. And perfectly positioned for NoRex there for that goal. And man, oh man, is that huge to finally see a goal go in on what is a hot goalie in Uretse.
Well, 1-1 hockey game, and we said it was going to be a goaltending battle, and here it is. Candy kills Patty, fired on, and that one sneaks through. Yahaha up to Santu, over to Urex. Urex back to Yahaha, throws over to his partner Kapako. Kapako works the puck out through the middle to Yurtsik, back to Kapako. Kapako looking into the middle for Santu, who had that amazing goal. That one gets clapped up. Here's Koishimish. Koishimish, left-hand corner, walks out. Look at this. That was steered away by Uretse, but what an effort. Here's Yurtsik. Back to Kapako. Here's Santu over to Yaha. That one's poked off his stick. Kapako carries that one up to Yurtsik. Yurtsik carries it into the corner. Look at this as he dances out. As both teams individually efforting this puck in front there, Brandon.
Yeah, and that makes it even bigger for the goalies to come up with big saves. So we're going to see now who's going to be able to continue to do this to break this game open. This could easily end up being a situation where the next goal scored is the one to be the winner, with the goalies playing the way they are and the defense playing the way they have as well. Do not slight the defense. You have to limit the opportunities and the quality of opportunities you get. Both sides have done that so far. We'll see who can keep that up and to be able to translate that into the next goal.
Brandon, I thought we were going to see a lot more hits. We'll touch on that shortly, as there was so many hits from the defenders, but this has been a very skilled hockey game, as here comes Urex. Into the middle to Santu. Santu back to Yaha, back to Santu. Who wouldn't want to give it to Yaha? Is what a great name, as here he is with the puck. Behind the net to Yurtsik. Yurtsik, back door, and that one is followed. Great job by Faitlaka. Koishimish. Plays that one up the Urex, back to Koishimish. Here he comes with speed. Koishimish tries to drive. He scores!
Koishimish, and it all started from him just being able to drive down that right side of the ice and getting himself the space to get to the net. It doesn't have to always be pretty, but you see he just uses that speed, gets past 4 defenders in Firebirds, and unfortunately for Uretse, just sneaked past him there on that one. And man, oh man, NoRex, with the way they've played, the way that their goalie in Fightlaga has played in net, you just have to wonder if they can hold on to this one. Now up 2-1 and no longer chasing this game. Man, this really benefits them. Can they hold on here, Tegan? Just 9 minutes to go to do so.
Well. We've seen underdogs aplenty as Tilton fires that one on. Uresti with a great save over to Urex. Urex, as that one finds its way to Yurtsik. Yurtsik tries to play that one in front of Santu, but good defense there, as we're seeing Koishimish, the right winger for NoRex Gaming, come into the defensive zone and get in the way of that.
Yeah, and you saw him use his speed for the offensive purposes. He can use it for defense too. When you think of wingers using your speed, you always think of, for breakaways and being able to go up the ice for kind of odd man rushes. But it's so key to be able to have a winger with that speed so he can get back defensively to help their teammates out. You saw him use it there at a key moment, and that's important, being up by 1 with just a few minutes to go in this game.
As Candy Kills coming out with a huge body check. Tilton on the left-hand side, 2-1 game. Back to the point. Chris with a shot, and that one goes off a bar and wide. Here's Yurtsik. Yurtsik drops that one, gets right back to Yurtsik. Yurtsik back to Kapako. Kapako's poked off by Patty, and they get it ahead to Tilton. Tilton sends that one in. Koishimish tried to pick it up, but Yaha says, haha, it's mine, and moves it into the zone for Firebirds shot on, and that one's going to be blocked. Puck behind the net. Patty sends it up the right-hand side. It ends up on the stick of Candy Kills. Candy Kills trying to get that one ahead. He's been very good, being his only game. There's Yaha. Into the middle to Santu. Santu tried to go back to Yaha, but it's picked up here by Tilton, who's been very good in this game. There's a giveaway. This could get ugly, as that pass is poked off. Great defense there by Chris. And with under 2 minutes to go here, Brandon, what a game.
Oh, and what a game indeed, Tegan. And now, 2 minutes to go. Ghetto Firebirds down in this game. The momentum has been kind of back and forth. They didn't really have it the first half. Then for about 10 or 15 minutes, they got it. They got a goal, had some power plays. Weren't able to capitalize on either. And now all of a sudden, NoRex has the momentum, but a big chance to sway that here with an offensive zone face-off for Ghetto Firebirds.
Puck is wrapped around. Koi Shamish goes into the middle. Puck's given away. NoRex. Oh, he had a chance, but a great job by Chris to take it right back. And he sends it up to Koi Shamish. Koi Shamish, what a move. Gets around one defender. Tried to get around another, but he held on behind the net. Takes a hit to make a play. Gets it around to Chris. Chris walks in, fired low, and a great save again by Uretsi. He throws it out, though, as he knows his mates only have 45 seconds. Yaha sends it ahead, picked off by Koi Shamish. And Kapako's gonna have to try again. Through the middle over to Urax, to Yurtzik. Back to Kapako. Yaha! Throws that one over to the left-hand side. It's gonna be Urax. Back to Yaha. Big glove save as he robs Kapako from the point. It's Fight Laka.
As much as we've talked about the goalies, something we mentioned is who can make that one big save to make the difference for their team. That might be the one from Fight Locker right there if they can hold on.
Puck behind the net, Patty gets it ahead. It's picked up though. Oh, what a toe save off Santo! As Fight Laka with another huge save. 15 seconds to go. It's picked off by Chris, and finally Koi Shamish gets the puck out. But oh boy, Fight Laka is locking the door. There's going to be a poke check. 5 seconds to go. We'll see a power play here for Ghetto Firebirds, Brandon.
Man, oh man, and if they hold on for this next 5.5, that might be the sequence of the season for Fight Laka. Now, you have to win this face-off here if you are Ghetto Firebirds or if you are NoRex. Both of these teams, if they get the face-off, could change their fortunes.
5 seconds to go. This is the biggest face-off of the game. As that one gets one, it was on the stick of Yutzik. He turned it over. Good job by Candy Kills. It's back to the point, but there's not enough time for Yaha. And wow, NoRex Gaming has got to feel good about that one.
And they'll get the last laugh in this one. And oh boy, Tegan, player of the game. I don't think you have to look any further than the man you just saw on your screen. Fight Laka. What a sequence of saves the last minute and a half there. They had easily 2 or 3 chances to score. Ghetto Firebirds did, and in most other cases, they would have, but Fight Laka was a lock-in net, as you mentioned, and boy, doesn't he deserve this win with the way he played. What a game for NoRex to win this one 2-1, coming from behind, nevertheless.
You know, I'm very, very impressed with both teams here, Brandon. We knew this was going to be a lights-out hockey game on both sides, but great job by the defense from NoRex Gaming, and as well as the goaltending and defense on the side for the Firebirds. This game could have went either way. You know, NoRex Gaming does have those tiny arms, but they were reaching for goals. They get the W in this one in the ECL Pro Division Week 5 game number 1. As there's one more game to come up, as NoRex Gaming is going to have to try and do it again against this amazing team in Ghetto Firebirds. As we have a look at the replay goals here, Brandon, why don't you walk us through these?
Yeah, and by the way, as you saw, 82 save percentage for Uretsi and an 89 for Fight Laka in this game. So there's the first goal, the breakaway, kind of a broken play, and a nice job there from Santu, just kind of moving that stick left, right, getting Fight Laka moving a little bit to capitalize on the forehand, and then the game-tying goal right here. A nice hit. We were saying we weren't seeing the hits early on in this game. Well, the hit right there kind of helped make the play almost, as that one just snuck by Uretsi on that left post, left pad area. And then there's the game winner there for NoRex. It's kind of driving the net was Kushimich. And he goes in once again off that kind of left pad, left post area, takes advantage, capitalizes. Those goals kind of just snuck in there on Uretsi. Not a lot that he really could have done about those, but nevertheless, give a lot of credit for NoRex. They got those opportunities, got to the front in that area that you need to be able to score, and they were able to capitalize enough, mixed in with some big-time saves from Fight Laka and that.
This is more than exciting here in the ECL Pro Division, Brendan. This is only week 5. There's lots to go, and this has been absolutely phenomenal. We talked about goaltending. We knew it was going to be good, and was it ever from Fight Laka and Uretsi?
Yeah, both of these goalies just as good as advertised in game one. We mentioned an 82 save percentage for Yeretsi, a 89 for Fight Laka in this game. And honestly, this game could have ended up easily being a 3-4, 5-4 contest with some of the saves that these two respective goalies made. And man, you almost hate that either one had to lose that game. Yeretsi played so well, made so many saves, especially through the first 30 minutes of play. There were a lot of chances where NoRex really could have scored a goal here and a goal there, and Yeretsi was just on top of every single one, but it's just a matter of who can capitalize and who can make those big saves at critical moments. NoRex capitalized with Koishimish with the big goal to take the lead, and then the last 2 to 3 minutes there on the PK and in 5-on-5, Fight Laka was all over it in net with a lot of opportunities that GHETTO FIREBIRDS put on net. So a great job there for NoRex to get that game, but the job not done yet, Tegan. Gotta do it one more time to keep collecting these points in the standings.
Yeah, and I got to give a tip of the cap here to Koishimish, the guy with the most gorgeous beard I've ever seen. And he comes in, he's driving the net like he doesn't even care if it gets messed up. He comes in, he puts one in 5-hole. That's a great, great job by him. You know, you don't really have a chance. You have two players kind of forcing you to the outside. He ends up getting his stick on the right side of the puck and scores that one 5-hole. You know, just an awesome, awesome play by him. And I think that if NoRex Gaming comes out like they did in game one, they're going to have a strong, successful chance to win game two. We know GHETTO FIREBIRDS is an amazing hockey team, and they're going to look to push hard. So we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors, guys, and then we'll be right back to dive deeper into game number.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Lähdetään haastamaan yhdellä yhtä vastaan. Loistava nälkäisen pelaajan ratkaisu, ohi mennään. Luukulla ollaan valmiina. Ja sitten katsotaan, kaikki kestää. Vanhanaikaisella kiekkolapaan, ilmaveivi, klassikko, maali! Wilhelm vei todella komeasti nakkikioskille. Wernerin nakki on loistava vahvistus Wilhelm joukkueelle.
Brandon, we are back and only one game left. I'm actually not even happy about it. Thank you to our great sponsors, Kovan Lakrati, Wilhelm, and of course, ST Hockey. And it looks like these guys might be practicing out in those amazing ST Hockey rinks. You know, these guys know what they're doing out there, to say the least, Brando.
Oh yeah, we've seen the skill showcase, the IQ put out front, and the goalies making big time saves in front of all of that, really in all three of these games. And it's interesting, every single game we've had either the game winning goal scored in the last few minutes or in overtime. All of them have been one goal games, all of them have been close contests, and not only that, but they've all had a little bit of something on the line in terms of the standings. So we've seen three great games. I anticipate nothing less than a fourth, and I'm almost a little sad to see it end, Tegan. This has been so much fun being able to call and watch these games, and we're gonna get one more with 60 minutes of game time action, and it's gonna be a blast because these two teams playing some great hockey in front of our very eyes.
You know what, Brandon? There's only one thing that's bad about today, is that I have to wait all the way till today again next week to do this all over again, as the ECL Pro provides some of the best action over the pond that I've seen to date. We got to thank Sports Gamer, GG, and everyone behind the scenes who puts this on and gives us an opportunity to do this amazing stuff, Brandon, as it takes a community to get this done. But we are ready. NoRex Gaming going against GHETTO FIREBIRDS. Chad, is it going to be another tight game? Are we going to see the Firebirds come out and put the puck in the back of the net? Is it going to be Uresti's time, or is Fight Laka going to continue to shut the door? Brandon, we are ready to find out, baby. It is ECL Pro Division Week 5. NoRex Gaming going against GHETTO FIREBIRDS. This is our final game of the evening. Respected lineups in the bottom corners, and we are ready to go. Koishimish chases the puck into the right-hand corner. That one's picked out. And Yarax back to Yahaha. Puck is turned over to NoRex Gaming. NoRex Gaming in these gorgeous white jerseys. I don't know who makes these. They have such tiny little arms. As here goes Santu. Santu puts that one over to Kabako. It's going to be dumped around behind the net to Chris, up to Tiltson. Tiltson ahead to Koishimish. Koishimish, what a pass. Candy kills. Koishimish, backdoor, and that one's blocked as Kabako gets in the way as Yuretsi make a great save. as well. Not only the goaltenders making saves, it's the D-men getting in the way here, Brandon, as the game just started.
Yeah, and Unetsi, similar to game one, having to make some big saves to start the game out. NoRex once again wasting no time to get things started in the offensive zone.
Puck over on the left-hand side. Patty throws that one ahead. It's going to be picked off by the Yurtzik. Yurtzik, he fires that one home. What a goal!
And he came in with 30 on the season. We'll add a 1 to that tally, ladies and gentlemen. And Yurtzik a little quiet maybe for his standards in game one. He averages over a goal a game, has 58 points. 8 of those goals have won games and have been game-winning goals. Didn't have one in game one. Not even a point, if I'm correct, in game one. Well, he wasted no time to correct that in game two. Gets on the board, gets a goal unassisted nevertheless, and Ghetto Firebirds takes the lead in game two, 1-0.
Tilton over to Koi Samishka past the Candy Kills. He moves it ahead to Tilton. The Santu pulls that away and gives it to Yurtzik. Back over to Yurax. Yurax looks to go back into his own zone for a Yaha, and here he comes. My favorite name in ECL Pro. As that one's picked off there, Koi Samish. Koi Samish has it poked off his stick. Yurtzik gets it up to Santu. Santu back to Yurtzik. He tried to come in with speed, but good job by Patty to shut the door. Yurtzik intercepts it. Patty intercepts it, and I think we got ourselves a penalty here as I missed that one, Brandon.
Yeah, we do. NoRex were not able to capitalize on the power play opportunities that they had in game one. They went 0 for 2 on the power play against a good penalty kill in Ghetto Firebirds. They were 82% coming in to today. They'll hope to break that trend and get on the board to tie this game.
Good job by Quisha Mish as he forced the defender there. Puck over the left-hand side. Candy Kills brings that puck in. Ahead to Tilton. Tilton moves it around to Koi Samish. Koi Samish behind the net. He's bumped off the puck. Yaha. And then it's poked away again. Tilton out front. Patty fires. Tilton with the rebound as that one came off a body in front. And Uresti tracks the puck and makes a great save.
And he was a big reason, if not the reason, that NoRex went 0 for 2 on that power play in game one. Remember, they had a 5-on-3 that was in that 0 for 2, and Unetsi came up with multiple big saves in that sequence.
Koi Samish tried to get one in there and ended up on the stick of Candy Kills. Shot on Yoretzi with a great save. But a shot from the point by my guy Chris. And he finds the back of the net. It's a 1-1 game.
Oh, man. And everyone loves that snipe from Chris. What a play. Just kind of making a move a little bit. It's not often you'll catch Yoretzi slipping. But right there, the shot was just perfectly placed. Bottom right corner there from Chris. A beautifully put play. His second goal of the season, let alone. And it comes at a big point on the power play to tie this at 1 apiece.
And we love Chris over here in Western Canada as we got the name pronunciation from my guy Chris. And what's he say, Brandon? You know what? Lime, just call me Chris. You got it, Chris. As puck's down by Yurtzik. Yurtzik brings it in. Tries to throw that one back to the point. He can't connect, so he goes back around to Yurax. Yurax. He's pinned along the board. Santu comes down to Yurtzik. Yurtzik drops that one back along the boards. And it's going to be Yurax who has it poked off his stick. And a battle at the line is going to be won there by Tilton. Tilton to Candy Kills. Right hand side to Patty. Patty trying to force it in, but he's a step offside.
That was a big-time goal there for NoRex. We kind of saw in the last game where it took them a little bit to get things going and to coordinate a response. But this time, not even a few minutes after they were behind, they come back and get that goal to tie this game. Maybe a different feel in this game. Maybe some more goals scored after in game one it was a goalie show. Maybe the forwards and defensemen, the skater skill starting to showcase itself a little bit more here in game two.
I think so, Brandon. They got tired of it. Yaha moves the puck up. Here's Yurtzik. Yurtzik dumps that into the left-hand side for Yurax, but he can't get there. Tilton helping out. And that's one thing I've noticed big time about NoRex Gaming is they love to have their forwards come back and help out their D. Chris, over to Koi Shamish, back to Chris. And that puck is finally touched up. NoRex Gaming going to the power play.
Yeah, and I honestly like that strategy, and every team is different. Some teams will prefer their forwards to kind of be higher up in the neutral zone to try to get that quick, fast break play, but not for NoRex. They want that help on the breakout, and that really makes sense to me because it really avoids those turnovers on those long passes. It makes it a lot easier as a team to go up the ice together as a unit of 5, so just a different play style, but it works to perfection.
Oh, and here goes Yurtzik. Yurtzik all alone. What a dive by Fight Laka! Koi Shamish plays that one back in front. for Chris. Chris dancing in, looking back doors. That would have been a very, very interesting tale of the tape, as that could have changed the game, is getting that goal on the PK. But a great job by Fight Locker. They come in offside. And in this one, a little closer than the last one in the predictions, Brando. Firebirds 51, NoRex Gaming 49.
Oh yeah, NoRex turned some heads this time around after winning game 1. Last time it was pretty lopsided really in the prediction, so nevertheless, it kind of shows NoRex gaining some respect from our viewers after that win in game 1.
Here comes Koishimish. Koishimish over the left-hand side to Chris. Chris down low to Tilton. Tilton, Candy kills as that one rolls all the way around, and the other tick just chops that one out. And Candy Kills resets, and we're back to 5-on-5. 6v6 hockey, baby. As Kapako plays that one ahead. Yurtsik backdoor, and what a play by Chris and the goaltender Fight Lock, and a team up to keep that one out of the mesh. Koishimish back to the point shot on, and that one's safe. This puck's going to be carried out now by Yurtsik. Back to Yaha. Up to Sentu. Back to Yaha. Down to Yurtsik, looks backdoor, as that was close, almost Yurax. As we wind the time down, last 10 seconds here, Brandon, and both teams coming out heavy in this first period.
Oh yeah, and Tegan, you said it perfectly. I think they were sick of hearing all this talk about goalies stealing the show. The skaters saying, hey, we've got some skill too, and we can put the puck in the net. Just wait and see what happens next. And man, they wasted no time. We saw just about under 10 minutes into the first period, we see Yurtsik get the first goal, and then just a few minutes afterwards, NoRex responding right back, and it's the defenseman in Chris that gets the goal. So everybody participating in the goal scoring in game 2, a much different feel of a game than what we saw in game 1. A lot more action and a lot more clear-cut opportunities that we're seeing in this game.
Well, there's the shots for NoRex Gaming. They're still pouring it on heavy, and they have to when you have a goaltender like Uresti down at the other end, don't you?
Yeah, you have to pour the shots on. They had 11 in all of game 1. They already have 6, so a little bit over half of the mark through one period already than they have in the entirety of game 1. They are keen on putting the puck on net, testing Uresti often. As great as a goalie as he is, you figure you get enough shots on and you increase the quality of those shots. One has to go in eventually.
Well, period number 2 is underway as Sentu fires that on. Respective lineups in your bottom corners. This is the ECL Pro Division. We are week 5. I am Tegan Blair. It's King Lime. He is Brandon Bigsby, B Major. That one's going to be chopped around all the way behind the net. Here goes Chris up the left-hand side. Chris sauces that one over to Patty like it was some Kovan Lakrati. And puck is going to be worked out here by the Firebirds. Kapako trying to send one through the middle to Santo. It ends up all the way down. Or Sentu, sorry. As here goes Patty. Up to Chris. Ahead to Koishimish. Back to Chris. Chris looked back for Koishimish, but a good pick off by Jirax. Poke check by Yurtsik, and Yurtsik behind the net. And oh, what a save by Fight Laga. Santu couldn't find the back of the net. He put it off Fight Laga's pad. Yurtsik coming in now as they are buzzing, and that one sneaks through the 5-hole.
Nothing you can do there if you're Fight Lock, and you have to feel for him. So many great saves he has made, and a few good saves there just a minute before that goal went in. Santu, though, a great job getting in front and just getting himself into position for that goal to just trickle through the pad of Fight Lock. Unfortunate for NoRex, but goals count no matter how they go in, and Ghetto Firebirds retakes their lead to get up 2-1.
They don't ask how, they say, how does Yurtsik score so many nice goals? As here goes Sentu. Down to Yurtsik, looking for his hat-trick. Back to Sentu! He's backdoor to Yurtsik, swing and a miss. He's only got one strike, though, as that one's played back out front. Sauce to Sentu. Sentu, back to Kapako. Down low to Sentu, picked up by Patty as he battles for it behind the net. Picked up by Yurax. Yurax, as that one trickles out front, but nobody home. Patty there to collect. And 3-on-2 here for NoRex. Here's Tilton. Tilton fires, and what a save by Uresti! As he gets a blocker on that one. Sentu coming up with it now. Goes over to Kapaku, in on the right-hand side for Yurtsik. Gives it away to Patty, and that one's sauced ahead for Tilton. Tilton gets it down low for Koishimish. Koishimish Holding on the right-hand side. Gets some help there from Candy Kills, but Sentu comes in and helps out his defense and clears the puck out. Here's Yurtzik on the right-hand side. He swings that one all the way in behind the net. Passed out front. Candy Kills gets his stick on it, but it's taken back by Yurtzik. He fires, blocked by Chris, and here's a 2-on-2 the other way. Koishimish waits for his mates to come down, still holding. Back to the point to Chris, and oh, that went off a couple twigs and almost went in. But it just sailed wide, Brandon, as Yurtzik had to be sharp.
Yeah, and Chris has been a really key factor for this NoRex team. He had the block to avoid the chance for Ghetto Firebirds and almost created an opportunity for himself in the offensive zone. He also has the one goal in that game earlier in game 1. He has been all over the place in this game, both offensively and defensively. That has continued here in game 2.
That is a monstrous play there at the line, as this is a 2-1 game here for Ghetto Firebirds. As Patty's going to break the puck out for NoRex Gaming. Got to remember, NoRex Gaming did win game number 1. Underdogs teams have won 2 out of the 3 games so far tonight. Puck behind the net for Sentu. Sentu back to Kapako. Kapako fires. That one's blocked there by Koishimish. Great keeping though by Kapako. Kapako drops that one down low. Yurtzik. Yurtzik to Sentu. Back to Yurtzik. Yurtzik looking for the hat trick, as he's itching for that one with 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Here's Kapako moving the puck out for the Firebirds. Through the middle to Yurtzik. Yurtzik going through 4 NoRex players and still comes up with the puck. The heart on this guy, they can't keep it under his jersey. Yurtzik fires, and that one's going to be saved again by Fight Laka. And picked up by Chris up to Koishimish. Not much time left. Koishimish with speed up the right-hand side. He spins, looking into the middle. Chris, good. Oh, that was a great pinch by Chris, but Patty put it into his shin pads. Down to Koishimish. Looking back to the line. That one's picked up by Yurtzik. There's only a couple seconds left. And that does it here for period number 2 in the ECL Pro Division.
And Ghetto Firebirds once again find themselves up by 1 at the end of a period. So now here's the big question, Tegan. We've seen some goal scoring. We've seen opportunities open up for really both of these two teams. Is now when that goalie showing starts to see itself go through yet again. Yurtzik has been great all season long, all series long, today being no different. And now up by 1, can he keep that form up? Or will NoRex find another answer and find another way to beat him in that? They've gotten some opportunities, but they slowed down there in that first period. Remember when they had 6 shots at the end of the first? 7 now at the end of the second, so just 1 shot that entire period. That's not going to work for them in the third, being down by 1. They're going to have to create some more opportunities and test Yurtzik a bit more than they did the last 20 minutes.
Brandon, you're exactly right. In this hockey game here, it's been a very fight-back game for the Firebirds. As you're right, the shots were 6-2 when we left period number 1. We are now sitting at 7-6. So a whopping 4-1 differential in that game. This is our last period in the ECL Pro. I am sad. NoRex Gaming going against the Firebirds. It's King Lime with your friend Brandon Bigsby. His puck carried around for Sentu, looks out front, as I can't forget about our amazing sponsors in Kovan Lakrati, ST Hockey, and of course, Wilhelm is making me hungry. Here goes Koishimish, looks for a toe drag. Sentu picks that up, and with 17 minutes to go, they need to hold themselves at a 1-goal lead. Sentu over to Yaha. Yaha sends that over to Sentu. Sentu down low to Yurtzik. Yurtzik looks for Yurtzik. Yurtzik in the left-hand corner. Good play by him, but that one's picked off. But Yurtzik gets it right back, fires, and that one's intercepted by Candy Kills. Could be a breakaway for Tilton if he's quick. Tilton all alone, but what a poke check from behind as Kapako comes back and makes a great poke check. Tilton. He's stripped of the puck. NoRex Gaming going to have to start from their own end. Patty gets it up to Koishimish. Kapako steals that one for the Firebirds, and he's going to sit in the neutral zone and look for a lane. What a pass to Yurtzik! Yurtzik! Oh, no! As that one was... Oh, Sentu comes in and scores there. And I was going to say, Brandon, I don't know, though, if they use kilometers or miles across the pond, but I don't... he was definitely trying to show us what a country kilometer was, as the Yurtzik sent that one wide, and then it goes off the boards right back onto Santu's stick, and he scores.
Yeah, it's funny too because I was just thinking like, man, if they cannot find this third goal and NoRex is able to go in the other end and tie this up, they might regret that missed opportunity. But hey, what are friends and teammates for when one player gets that opportunity and isn't able to capitalize? You can trust on your teammate, especially with a good team like Ghetto Firebirds, to be there and kind of help clean things up a little bit. But hey, don't short Yurtzik. He's the one that got that opportunity on the breakaway, was there at the right place at the right time. They do not get that chance if he does not create the opportunity. Might not get the goal for it, but hey, Ghetto Firebirds does, and they will happily take it. A 2-goal deficit now for them, and now NoRex, they really have their work cut out for them with just a little bit of time left in the third period.
And not only that, when you have a goaltender like Yuretsi behind you, or Yuresti behind you, like, you know, it's tough to come back. But if it's anybody, it's going to be my man Koishimish. Back to Patty. Patty fires, and Koishimish trying to get in there on the rebound. And that's probably how they're going to score, Brandon. It's going to be those off the pads banking.
Oh, yeah, and it's a big opportunity for them to get this offensive zone faceoff to set something up. They've been at their best, but they can get in the Euro zone and get some shots on net. This is a chance for them to do that right here if they win this faceoff.
Face-off is going to be won. Candy Kills almost got that one back, but it's going to be sent out. The Yurtzik over Yurtzik. Back door, and oh, he had Santu, but he couldn't thread the needle. Puck back to the point. Kapako, he fires that one off. It's going to be blocked by the shin pad there of Candy Kills. And here goes Tilton, up to Koishimish. Koishimish, nice pass over to Tilton, intercepted by Yaha, as we can hear him laughing. Yurax fires, and oh, what a play! And a great save there as Fightlocka continues to be fantastic. Yurtzik with a good interception in the defensive zone. Here goes Yaha. Santu looking back for Yaha, but couldn't connect the pass. And the puck's going to be carried out here by NoRex Gaming. Good job there by Yurtzik to steal it right back for the Firebirds, and they dump it in. And they don't mind this slow hockey here, Brandon.
Yeah, they're up by 2 and there's time on their side. You are perfectly okay with just letting the possession game play out. Let that time drain, because at the end of the day, up by 2, you don't have to score anymore. NoRex is the one that has to force the issue. So just play that possession, don't make mistakes, and play a clean game. And that is exactly what Ghetto Firebirds is doing right now.
Yurax back to Yaha, but he couldn't get the give and go to work. Here's Chris coming over the line. That's offside.
Firstly, I just have to say, Yaha, the best name in ECL Pro by far, but how about the defense for Ghetto Firebirds in this game so far? They have been absolutely key. I know that NoRex has had some chances, but they have really slowed them down after that first period. And Yaha, and Kebako have been absolutely the forefront of that so far.
Patty intercepts that one. Kebako with it behind the net. Kebako, he's fighting Koishimish. Koishimish down the right-hand boards, getting bumped there by Kabako, but he ends up winning the battle, and they get the puck in through Chris. Chris, what a spin! Almost got that one to Candy Kills, but great job by Yaha. Patty gets hit hard by Kabako, and Yaha is going to work the puck out here for the Firebirds. Right-hand side over to Santu looking for Yurtzik, but he can't connect the pass. Here goes Tilton over to Koishimish, looking for Chris up ahead, but a good play by Yaha. Chris pokes it away. Koishimish looking out front, gets it to Tilton, and it's saved by Yuresti.
We're getting into desperation zone for NoRex. They have got to get something going. This offensive zone faceoff, potentially a must-win here for Candy Kills and company. Just 1:47 to go, and they're down by 2.
Kapako plays that up to Yurtzik. Over on the left-hand side. Back to Yurtzik as Yurax tried to find him. I think Yurtzik is still looking for his hat trick. This puck's going to be brought in here, but the time dying down, Brandon, is looking slim here, isn't it?
Yeah, very slim. Under a minute to go. We've seen teams score 2 goals in under 30 seconds today with Boomers. NoRex going to have to do the same thing if they want to push this thing into overtime at least.
Left-hand side. Here goes Koishimish. They need a goal quickly. Back to Chris. Chris walks in, back door, and the pass doesn't get through, and Candy Kills misses the net. Candy Kills back to the point of Chris. He fires, and a big blocker save by Resti. Puck is going to be tied up by Yaha. You can hear him giggling in the corner. As Koishimish gets that back to Chris. Chris over to Candy Kills. Down the fire on, and that was from a scary angle, but a safe shot to take by Koishimish.
Yeah, a nice job. A safe shot to take, but really not what you're looking for with 16 seconds left and down by 2. Not the ideal shot, but you got to get anything you can, so NoRex going to reset on the zone faceoff.
And there's a goal as they get one. Koi Shamish off the face-off, Brandon. And we say how dangerous those are.
Yeah, we always talk about how the offensive zone face-off, a chance to reset. We know we said that that wasn't the ideal shot, but that's the one benefit of just putting it on net. If the goalie doesn't throw it out, it gives you a chance to reset. If you win the offensive zone face-off, there's that risk reward for that. They get the ladder of the reward, and now they've completed 50% of the job. Can they get the second to tie this up?
We're halfway there. Yurtzik gets the puck on the draw. Kapako ahead to Yurtzik. Tilton picks that one up, but a good job by Yurtzik. 6 seconds to go. Yurtzik in the offensive zone, and it's offside.
5.5 seconds to go. The same amount of time that they had when they were up. They're going to have to convert down now and do a must-win face-off for Candy Kills.
Puck back to the point, and that is going to do it. So both games in the ECL Pro end up splitting. NoRex wins one. FIREBIRDS win one in this game, Brandon. It was lights out. Huckred 1-1. Boomers 1-1. But what a great game. Goaltending, goal scoring here in the NoRex FIREBIRDS game.
And how about this, Tegan? All of the games decided by a single goal. And what a job there from GHETTO FIREBIRDS to come back after that game one that definitely had to be disappointing to drop. They come back, they play well. You're going to see, as usual, playing well in net, making some big saves at key moments, and just a couple of plays here and there. The difference in both of these games. In game one, it benefited NoRex. In game two, it goes in the opposite way. GHETTO FIREBIRDS gets that benefit and see themselves winning 3-2 to get a bit of a draw here in this 2-game series. So a nice job from GHETTO FIREBIRDS. Yaha and company get the last laugh in this one.
Oh, well, you went there. They did get the last laugh, didn't they, Brandon? I'd have to say this was a great game by NoRex and GHETTO FIREBIRDS. GHETTO FIREBIRDS obviously at the top for a reason, but I think if NoRex Gaming keeps on their horse here, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Oh, definitely. You have to remember they did get 2 out of 4 points, which is helpful, but not only that, but they have a lot of games in hand. They only had played 20 coming into today, so a lot of opportunities for them to keep drawing up the boards, and if they play like this, you gotta assume they will be on that top left side of the ladder really in no time, because they played some really good hockey today. Just a few plays here and there, and they could have easily possibly won both.
Lots of games in hand here, Brandon, and that is what the case may be. I think that NoRex Gaming is going to be over on the left side of the board very soon.
Yeah, and it's hard to disagree with you, especially with some of the talent that we saw displayed from them. Obviously, I think you have to start with Fight Laka. He was absolutely amazing in this game. Maybe he's going to go 1-1, but you cannot take away some of the big saves that he made for this team. Add that with some of the chances of goal scoring we saw from Tilton and Mish, and then Candy Kills. How about him? Didn't play at all before today. Plays a solid 2 games today, so a nice job from him to kind of come in unexpected. Not a lot of know on how those 3 would have meshed. We talk about that pregame. They looked good together, so obviously may not be the obvious lineup you would have typically seen from them, but nevertheless, a great job from NoRex. If they play like that against a top team, I think they've shown they can really compete with anyone here in Group 2 in the ECL Pro.
I would totally agree. Both these teams I think we're going to be seeing in the playoffs, and I think it is going to be very good. And I wonder who else we're going to see in the playoffs, Brandon. Why don't we hop over and take a look at the latest results from around the league today, as there was some very, very good games that were played today. So let's jump over and have a look at these, Brandos. There you go. What do you see here?
Yeah, obviously we called the top series between GHETTO FIREBIRDS and NoRex, but Reality Check continuing their dominance at number 1. They get 2 more wins and go 4-0 on the day. And a lot of these teams that you're seeing are some of these teams in the middle of the pack of the standings, if you're noticing, in their respective groups. That is huge for some of these to get these wins, collect those points, move their way up the ladder, and continue to kind of make that positive momentum to build forward. Some of these teams playing each other, so these are some big series for them to win. And speaking of middle of the pack teams, how about Boomers with another overtime win right in the middle of your screen, 2-3?
All right, so a lot of close games here, a couple of blowouts here, Brandon, but it is going to be good to see at which top 8 teams make the playoffs per group, as we'll pop over and take a look at the standings for each group, as we'll dissect that a little bit as well, Brandon, as we know it is the top 8 teams, don't we?
Yeah, that left side makes it in, and the right side goes home. And as you can see, it's a tight race for that last spot with Dynastia holding the last spot at 30 points, but so many teams behind them. Nemesis, Bjork, Lovin, and Boomers, all 3 points between those 4 teams. So it is a really tight race for those last spots. And you can't dismiss teams like Visu Gaming and Afrodub, who are also in the mix. And even Hakurit, who still could drop out despite their win today. Only 1 point of the good over Dynastia. So it is a thick race between about 7 and 12. All of those teams with a good chance of getting in, and they will have to play each other more than likely at one point or another. So it's going to be fun to watch how these seedings and standings develop as it goes on, because it is a tight race and there's a lot of parity really up and down the standings, especially in that playoff push on the bubble.
Yeah, as we look into this, as we are in Group 1 here, and we see the points, the games in hand that people do have here, Brandon, and only 30 games played. So you see the first place team there is finished, but there is lots of games to be played to get over to that 8th seed. Nemesis is definitely in. Bjorklöven Esports is definitely in. Boomers can get in. Lots and lots of games played here. Still 6 games for Visu Gaming. So I still think a lot of teams are going to separate over to that 8th side for sure, as we pop over to the group number 2 and take a look at who we think is going to be going over here. We see Reality Check done with their 30 games played, but Brandon, like I said, you've got a lot of these teams. Like I honestly think NoRex Gaming will get themselves over to that left side of the board come playoff time.
Yeah, it's hard to say that they won't, and you have to remember, obviously, a lot of games still to go for NoRex Gaming, and they're only 4 points out from 9th, and just 7 points out from 8th. Obviously, Vaxjo Lakers, they won their games earlier, so that helps their case tremendously, but with the way that NoRex played, the way that they were able to keep up with the number 2 team in the standings in GHETTO Firebirds, it's hard to see them not continuing to climb the ladder, move their way up the standings, and to make themselves, maybe not even just an 8th, but to even compete for me that 6 to 5 spot. You see Stargazing with 35 points. That's only 4 off of 8. So there's a lot of time and a lot of competition, really from 5 on down to about 11. So wouldn't be shocked at all to see NoRex, the more they play, if they continue playing at the level they did today, to see themselves on the left side of this board.
All right. Well, you're exactly right about that one there, Brandon, and that is just amazing stuff from both sides. Some teams are done, some teams are not, and it is going to be great to watch as we get deeper and deeper in here. So guys, if you want to see some more amazing hockey, you can tune in tomorrow night. That's right, we have the ECL Elite, Brandon, where our friends Tugi and Sin are going to be calling some great hockey here, aren't they?
Oh yeah, not only are they calling it, but you see some of the finest teams that the European esports scene has to offer. Number 1 HREDs, they're 17-1-2, one of the top teams tournament in and tournament out. They're playing an HV71 team, kind of looking to get back on track here to get themselves in their own respective playoff push. And then on the right side, not really a lot different for Lunda, another top team that really I think a lot of people could see HREDs and Verlunda meeting potentially in that final. They get to play another high quality team that also is looking to get things going in Jerngarden hockey. So gonna be fun. 2 teams that are expected to make the playoffs versus 2 teams kind of trying to right the ship a little bit and make that push to get into that top 8.
I agree. That is going to be Wednesday, February 2nd, 1945 Central European Time. Brandon, this has been absolutely amazing. I love everybody at Sports Gamer GG. The ECL Pro is one of my favorite places to come cast. Thank you to everybody over there across the pond that lets us do this. I want to thank Wilhelm, Kovan, Lakrati, of course, ST Hockey, everybody behind the scenes at Sports Gamer GG. He is Brandon B. Major Bigsby. I am Tegan. It's King Lime Blair, and hopefully we will see you guys next week.